Hi, welcome to another edition of Guitar Guru Mike's Guitar Secrets. In this lesson, we're going to have a great time learning Zedd's Spectrum. I'm just going to give you the basic chords for today so that you can maybe sing it or just have the basic chords. But I'm going to have a part 2 to this lesson I should let you know about next week. I'm going to show you how to do a finger picking version of it that sounds more like the piano version. In case you haven't checked that out, Zedd does a piano version of Spectrum all by himself, and it's just gorgeous, and I actually used it a lot to learn this song. But today, again, we're just going to cover the basic chords for starters, for those of you who just want to get the song started. Okay, so basically, I'm going to play it one time, and then I'll show you what the chords are. That's one time around, and really that chord progression just keeps cycling over and over again. There's a point around 1 minute 11 seconds on the official video where they stay on the A flat chord, which is the first chord that I played, for a little while. And then of course there's the drop, the big, dubby breakdown thing that he does as well later on. We're not covering those, we're just covering the basic chord progression. Okay, so let's go over those chords. Again, the strumming part, there's two different ways of strumming. Let's make that clear from the beginning. There's the big hits, where he's hitting the chords loud and with space in between. And then there's the rest of the song where you could probably just strum through those chords to keep the rhythm going. Okay, if you listen to the tune, you'll know exactly what I mean by that. Okay, so here's the chords in order. The first one is an A flat chord. That's a 4th fret bar with an E in front of it. The next chord is a B flat, same bar chord with an E in front of it. This one's at the 6th fret. So again. Now I went ahead and moved my C minor, that's the next chord by the way, C minor, I moved it to here. This is a bar at the 3rd fret and an A minor shape in front of that, okay? I moved it back here. You could also play it up here continuing, but then you're going to have further to go for the next chord. So I recommend playing it right here, okay? Again, to review. Now for that one, that's an E flat. That is barred at the 6th fret, and it's in front of the bar. That's an A major chord. Okay, you could also finger it like that, but I do the double bar because it's quicker. Okay, the old punk rock way if you really want to know. C minor, E flat, and then down to F minor. Okay, this is a 1st fret bar with an E minor shape in front of the bar. So we hit this one. And that was just the A flat followed by the B flat chord, sort of a transition. Okay, and coming up is the coolest part of the song by far, and it shows that Zedd is a songwriter, a composer, a piano player. There's no doubt no one else would think of this if you didn't know some music theory at least. So I'm going to start from the beginning, recap, and get to the point where we are. F minor. And then, now here's the part that you might have trouble figuring out if you went on your own. This is a C major, so he actually switches from a C minor earlier to a C major now, and that's what gives it that sort of happy feeling, or grandiose feeling is considered to be major. And so it's that big chord, and then after that he wraps it up. The last 2 chords are an F minor. Okay, this is a 1st fret bar with an E minor in front of it. And then the next chord, this is kind of interesting, and this is sort of exactly what he's playing. The next chord, right before we start over at the beginning of this progression again. That is a G minor 7. That is a 3rd fret bar and only one finger here on the 5th fret, 5th string. Okay, so it's not like a regular minor. Basically, a regular minor would be with the pinky. You take that off. Now you've got your minor 7. Okay, and that wraps up the chord progression. Let me go over that one time in its completeness so you can sort of wrap it up. C major. And then it starts over. Okay? And that is it. That's a lot of chords for a typical EDM song, but Zedd is quite a composer, I gotta say. So, thank you guys for tuning in again. I hope that this helped you to find Spectrum. I would love, as usual, to see some people at the clubs and bars where I go singing these kind of songs instead of the usual classic rock country stuff. So, learn them, love them, enjoy your music. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Goodbye.